This is absolutely, categorically, utterly insane. Now, YouTube are changing the way Google search works. They're also changing YouTube as well. This is to do with AI, it's to do with their new features, and things are going to get inherently worse. Because let me just try and break this down before we go into looking at sources, because this is completely crazy. So with Google search, what they're doing is really doubling, tripling, and like quadrupling down on the AI overview stuff. So if you ask a question in Google, it's going to just chuck you straight into the AI system thing it shows you. I mean, it already gives you like an AI breakdown of search results and then links to the websites it's found them. But what they want to do is go another level further. They want the AI model itself to just give you the answers. So if you say, I want the latest news on, what's going on in the Premier League in the UK, it will just give you the news. It won't give you a source because the AI model has gone and found the news from the source and whacked it into the result. Now, why is this a problem? It's a problem because you're not visiting the website that's actually made the content, right? So that website is making the content that's feeding the LLM. The LLM is essentially taking that content and presenting it to you. And Google's getting the benefit of that because it's getting the traffic, it's getting you using its AI model, which the investors love because they're like, wow, we've got loads of people using our AI model. But fundamentally, the people creating the initial content are not getting the views. So ultimately, they won't keep creating that content. And what will happen is content will end up being behind paywalls, which we're seeing this a lot anyway. And remember, this has been happening for a while with Google changing the search algorithm. Introducing the AI overview to begin with was a big issue because you're not going to the websites anymore. So the websites are not getting ad revenue. They're not getting subscription revenue. You're just looking at the result in Google and going, yeah, cheers, Google, and off you go. That is absolutely insane. This is going to stop new content being created. And this, again, is another issue with LLMs. They're inherently backwards facing. They are great at looking at data that's existed and shoving it into their models, but they can't create new data. They're not going to create new news. They're not going to so. What are we doing here, Google? This is absolutely insane. This is an insane race to the bottom. And I know this is a bit of a long intro to the video, but it's not only that, right? So YouTube have had the AI overview thing inside YouTube for a while. If you're a YouTuber like me, you'll notice in the back end of a YouTube channel, there's tons of stuff which is like telling you what videos to make, scripting videos out. It's all complete shit, but it's like, what is all of this stuff? It is there. It is pointless. It doesn't really help in any kind of way. And if you're relying on AI and LLMs to give you video ideas, you've probably got a bit of a problem because they tend to get stuck in a loop and the ideas they throw out are not the best anyway. So I would never, ever, ever rely on them. But that's not the big kicker here because what Google are letting you do is edit short videos with one of their image AI models. So you can take a short video and you can tell the AI model what you want to do. So you can change the background of the video, you can change the style of the video, you can add new elements to the video, you can even add yourself into the video. And the big question to this is why? And also, remember what happened with Grok? Grok was completely off the rails. People were doing all kinds of dodgy image editing. Surely that's going to happen with YouTube. Are we going to see people putting short videos out there and then having all kinds of, I'm not going to say the words because I'm going to get, my video will just get demonetized and banned. But let's say a certain political party from Germany, let's say back in, the 1930s and 40s and 20s, their iconography just gets added all over your video. And you can't do anything about that. And then somebody just re-uploads that. Like, what are we doing? Like, that is absolutely insane. This is opening a can of worms. That's utterly pointless. And I've got to be honest here. This is literally just to satiate the demand from the investors to shove AI into everything because this is going to increase their AI token burn. So it looks like more people are using their AI systems. But really, what is the point of all of this? Anyway, let's get stuck into this because there's loads to cover in this video. It's actually insane. Okay, so this is Google's new Omni model. So yesterday, Google I.O., they talked about all of their new AI systems, all of their new bullshit they've got, right? This is one of the things they've got. It's a video editing AI model, right? This is one of the demo videos. You watch the guy holding the pasta. This is one of the demo videos that they pushed out to show like how great this is and how awesome it is. Obviously, it's not great. It's not awesome. It's actually terrible. And I'm just going to show you one example here. You could actually go back to the bit with the birds because the birds it's just a mess. But watch this guy specifically, right? Watch his bowl. So they've obviously edited the scene to just say, hey, let's make everyone eat a bowl of pasta because that's fun, right? Now, if you watch these Google I.O. events, they are the cringiest shit ever. Like, you've only got to look at the way Google and YouTube communicates on their official Twitter accounts. It's the most cringeworthy shit. Like, they'll drop stuff going, wow, today's a great day to make a video, or who's with us on the grind? It's like, guys, what are you talking about? Anyway, there's massive disconnect. Watch this guy. Just watch this guy. I'm going to play. Watch this guy. Watch what happens.
The past couple of weeks.
Let me just pause this because I want to listen to them. What's this? Wait a minute. His bowl's floating. Wait a minute. He's got a floating bowl. Look at this. What's going on? We just forget about physics now. Great AI model. Now, this is a type of shit that gets people on the street. It gets them protesting. It is just disgusting language, and it shows you what a lot of these companies actually think about their workforce and why they're all chasing AI. Standard Chartered, which is a big bank in the UK, to replace lower value human capital with AI. Many thousands of jobs could be lost, as a bank's boss explains the motives behind a profitability drive. So he's literally saying the workers are lower value human capital. Get them out of here. We want higher value AI capital in our systems. This is terrible language. This is horrific. This is actually horrific. Okay, so I'm going to show you this again at the risk of getting demonetized and all of that happening. But this is Barnes and Noble CEO talking about AI books. Now, Barnes and Noble, massive chain of bookstores. Listen to what he says.
If the rise of AI books becomes a thing, you would be willing to sell them within your stores?
Yes, I have actually no problem selling any book as long as it doesn't masquerade or pretend to be something that it isn't.
Right. Fuck this guy. So what is, like, he's got no issue selling AI books, provided it doesn't masquerade and pretend to be something it isn't. The AI models are trained on stolen books, and they're just regurgitating what's in those books. They're not creating anything new. This is absolutely insane. These CEOs need to understand that if they came out and said, we're not going to sell AI books because they're shit. You've only got to look at Amazon, right? Amazon has been absolutely flooded with digital books, like hundreds of thousands of them over recent years that are just AI generated. They're absolute slop. Nobody wants this. Nobody buys this. It doesn't matter if you've now got an extra 100,000 books on sale. Nobody wants them. They're going to want actual human created entertainment and content. This person should have come out and said, no, we don't want AI in our stores. We're going to focus on actual real people, authors. And guess what? Their sales would probably fucking increase. It is bonkers. Right, I just want to show you this. Again, this is another video made but with Google Gemini Omni. And the guy who posted this is like, wow, it's fantastic. It looks awesome. This is garbage, right? I mean, again, it looks terrible. Like, it just looks horrific. But it's two dogs racing to the finish line in a road bike race. But just watch the dog pause. So the dog's obviously, hey, he's holding the handlebars, and he's pedaling with his hind legs. It's great. We'll just focus on the border collie, not the husky. So this is great. Look, oh yeah, okay. Now he's in the drops. Okay, great. Okay, he looks completely like he's gone in the head. Anyway, watch the legs. Oh, did you see that? What's going on here? What's this? This is a different dog's leg. This is the husky dog's leg is now on his bike. What's going on? Then that disappears. Okay. Now the dogs, they're not actually on the they're not in the drops. They're not on the hood. They're not anywhere. They're just like down. But like, what's this? And look at the legs. They're now all pedaling all fours. It's just shit. Like, what is this? It's garbage. Okay, so here it is, right? This is the Google search upgrade with AI, which is horrifically bad because, like I said, this is just going to gut entire industries. And obviously my issue is when you look at the application of what they want to do with Google, with YouTube, and what they're sort of introducing with all the stupid AI bullshit into that. There was this world where you kind of migrated away from this is sort of, imagine you're a games journalist, right? So you're writing about games and you're working for one of, like, let's say IGN. This is going well, it's fine, but IGN's got problems, it's losing money, it's things like that are its bread and butter. Like, it likes to create like guide documents and walkthroughs and stuff like that. They historically did quite well in Google. In search results, they no longer do that because obviously the AI overview just replaced them and people get the details from that. They're not actually getting any the page views or anything on IGN. So, this, again, blah, blah, blah. I'm really trying to explain this really fast, but there's a lot of different issues. But one of the get outs for those people were, hey, start your own YouTube channel. Why don't you start a podcast? Why don't you start something like on YouTube? This could be a good way for you to get out there and be independent. And it has been. And for years and years and years, we always looked at YouTubers like, hey, we are the independents, right? We can go out there and make the content we like. We don't have to take sponsorship deals. We just display adverts that Google puts on our videos. And it's all great because we can just do whatever the hell we like. Now, obviously, a lot of companies were frightened of that because it's like, well, these YouTubers are like loose cannons. They can just say whatever they like. We can't say to them, we're going to block access because it doesn't matter. They'll still produce the content and all of that. But what seems to be happening now is Google is going so far down the AI rabbit hole. It wants the AI to be everything. And this is the first sort of stage of that on a large scale. So Google search, as you know, is over. And the article goes on to say, at its Google I/O conference on Tuesday, Google unveiled an AI-powered overhaul of search centered around reimagined intelligent search box. And I'll play the video, actually. So you've got this new search box. And it's the biggest change to its search in 25 years. And instead of returning a simple list of links, Google Search will drop users into AI-powered interactive experience at times. Google is also introducing tools that can dispatch information agents to gather information on a user's behalf, along with tools that let users build personalized mini apps tailored to their needs, right? So again, this is just getting everybody into Gemini, into their AI models, so then they can say we've got billions of people using our AI models, when really those people are coming for search results on Google. They don't want an AI result. And again, you have to be aware that the AI results can be wrong. So this is a very weird example, but I was on holiday in Switzerland, and the place I stayed at, I'm not going to explain why, but I was looking for if it was hard or soft water in the area I was in. Now, I typed into Google the name of the place and, is this hard water? The search result, the AI overview came up and said no. But the actual website with the data, right, a Swiss website, said it is hard. So I'm like, what? The AI model is wrong. It's saying it's not, but actually it is. Like, what's going on here? So you got to be really, really careful with this stuff. Anyway, it says the resultant experience will no longer look much like how people envision the Google search. It has long been defined by ranked lists of websites, which obviously is how we've used it for years. Basically, now it's going to just be this. You can see it. It just looks like the Gemini interface, but it's in Google. And again, this is because they want to say loads of people are using Google. But like I said, the issue with this is it just means people are not going to visit the websites. So the place where the information is coming from is no longer going to exist. The AI, LLMs, and these type of chatbots, they're great at scraping and stealing and thefting data and, giving you a regurgitated response, but they're not going to give you new responses. So the internet, I feel like, is going into this very segmented, you've already got like private Discord channels. You've got, tons of news websites with subscriptions. You've got Substack as well, which again, you could argue is another place where journalists can go off to and sort of eke out a living. It's insane. I mean, I don't know how to say this, but what is the point of going to websites if you can't find them anymore? So what is the point of a website? So the internet is dead. It sounds absolutely hyperbolic, but it's true. If you cannot search for a website to go and, read the information from, why would that website continue to exist if all that's happening is Google is regurgitating an AI response based on information it's took off that website anyway? Those websites rely on ad views. They rely on subscriptions. They rely on people going there and funding the website. But if Google's just giving you that, it's absolutely annihilating entire industries. And the internet as we know it is basically over. Okay, let's talk about YouTube. So, this is what they've announced on their updates from YouTube Twitter. They say, Gemini Omni is coming to YouTube Shorts Remix and the YouTube Create app. Add yourself to your favorite creator's short. Why? Who thinks that's a good idea? Or use your own prompts and images to remix an entirely new short. Again, this is like, if this isn't just taking someone's content and then ripping it and just editing it and then re-uploading it. And in fact, wasn't Google going in on people for using AI generative content? They don't want it. They're like, no, we'll delete channels if they're just totally AI generated, which I agree with, right? But now they're just like, no, you can just use the AI to just take a video that exists and edit it in some absolutely stupid fucking way and re-upload it, and it's all fine. Like, what? For example, translate the video into an 8-bit home console game. See what I mean with these guys at Google? It's not cool. 8-bit games, guys. It's like, piss off. Like, what is this? YouTube Shorts remixed through Omni of digital watermark, so at least that's decent. Identifying metadata and link back to the original video. Plus, it's no cost to users. No. So, and remember, it's no cost to users because they want you to use it so they can tell their investors they've got tons of users. So let's watch this as an example, right? Okay, so this is the real video, I guess. Right? Okay. So now they're going to reimagine the video as a Broadway show. What did that say? Prompts of what? Prompts and sequences shortened, new features in development. Yeah. I was going to say that would be very quick if it did it that fast. Okay. aristocratic noblewoman. Okay, creepy doll. It's just like, what's the point of this? Like, honestly, what is the point of this? Like, what is the point of this? What I will say is I think what DeepMind is trying to do is build these visual world models, and that's their pathway, their gateway to AGI. And I think this is just one of the kind of little steps along the way. They want more and more video data. Of course, they own YouTube, so they've got tons, like billions and billions of videos they can rip. They've ripped all of my videos. They rip everything, right? They've got Google Maps. They've got Google Search. They've got, Google Analytics. They've just got, Google has got, Android as well. Gmail, whatever. The list of their services is crazy. They've got tons of information. They want to plug all of this into a massive AI model and just sort of create artificial general intelligence and maybe super intelligence at some point. I just cannot understand what the point of this stuff is for YouTube. How is this going to make your YouTube experience better if you can take a short video and go, I want this in 8-bit gaming style. I want this in a Broadway style. Can you change this to a 1920s black and white movie style, please? Because that's what I prefer to watch. Nobody's going to do that. Again, I think the way to look at this is these AI features use information from websites, but those websites are not going to exist any longer because they're not getting any traffic. So this cannot continue. Like Google, this is stupid. This is actually stupid. Now, I think this is probably one of the worst changes Google has ever done. I mean, Google has made some bad decisions, but I mean, this is bad. I don't agree with the YouTube integration either, and that's just going to get worse. Yes, it started at shorts, but this is going to change. This is going to be long format videos. It's going to be, like I said, if you don't like who I am in this video, you can say, just get rid of the guy. Just change the background. That is no longer the video that I have made. That is no longer the creation. Yeah. I'm not saying this is some sort of like insanely well-made video. It's not. It's just me talking to my camera. But you understand what I'm saying, right? It's just like nobody wants to alter the content like this. It makes no sense. And I just can't. It's so bad. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. But again, I just want a good news story from AI. I want AI to be like, wow, we've cured this or we've done this mad thing. Not, here's some bullshit. We don't want bullshit. And stop just shoving AI into everything for the sake of it, just because your shareholders want to see some sort of return. But I mean, what are we doing? All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I've been Stylosa. If you enjoyed this, then do let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do follow the channel. That helps a lot. Subscribe to the channel and like the video as well. And yeah, I'll catch you lot on the next one. See you soon.